my fellow felines, this is KittyCatPWYarn here, and welcome to another speed build. And today we are actually building the Murillo home, and if you've been around my channel for the past few weeks, you know who the Murillos are. They are a cute little family that lives in Strangerville, consisting of Ronald and Rhonda, I believe are their names, and then their grandson, who I can't remember the name of off the top of my head actually. But this house and the family are going to be in my PWYSave whenever I actually get that done. I know I've been kind of working on it for a little while now, but it is a whole save with a lot of different worlds. And it's gonna take me a while, so I hope you guys can just kind of give me some leeway and have some patience with me because uh, building your own world save isn't as easy as you would think it is. And originally, this was going to be my New Year's resolution. I don't know if I ever told you this, but originally, this was going to be my New Year's resolution for 2020. And then that ended up falling through, and I just didn't do it, so um, we're working on it now, and that's about all there is to it. I don't know what else to tell you. So let's go out into the Murillo family a little bit again, because I finally got them loaded on my thing. So it is Ronald, Rhonda, and Danny. And their situation essentially is that Rhonda and Ronald are raising Danny because their son went on a work mission to Strangerville and he was in the army. And we don't know quite what happened to him, no one really does. But Danny was his son, and when Danny's dad went missing, that's when they decided to take him in, and that's what we're doing. So the first room we actually started on was their little secret basement, which has like listening devices and the like storage packs from Strangerville and just a lot of Strangerville stuff. And that's kind of their area for them trying to figure out where their son went and what happened to their son. And I don't know why, I just thought they were kind of conspiracy theorists and they like thought the aliens took him or the mother took him or something like that. So super off topic, but I just completely realized that the game update came out today and I haven't gotten a chance to remove any of my mods or anything out of my game before it updated. And I just got the little notification in my headset, the little ding, that it updated. So hopefully nothing is ruined, especially my save. God, I don't know what I would do. I feel like if my save got corrupted at this point, I'd probably, I don't know. I would say I'd want to give up, but I don't think I would because I'm too stubborn to give up. But anyway, that's super unrelated. We are finally, well, not finally, I've been talking over it. We're working on the kitchen. And I used some base game cabinets in the kind of darker reddish brown wood swatch. I really enjoy those cabinets, but I have such a hard time using them because in some houses they look too modern, which probably sounds silly because they're not. But I have a hard time using them either for that reason, like they don't fit the style, or I'm just struggling with the wood tones, which is what happens quite a bit because the wood tones aren't necessarily ideal in The Sims 4, but we all kind of know that already. And I ended up using a Parenthood table and ended up using, what are they? Jungle Adventure chairs for the dining table, and I actually really like them. I've never used them before, I don't think. At least not in kind of a more normal house, not in Salvadorada. But I thought it worked really well with the white, since we do have white accents pretty much everywhere else. But yeah, we're just cluttering up the kitchen a little bit, about my usual, nothing too insane. and I wanted a fancy kind of lighting feature over the dining table, and I was struggling to find one that worked, but this one ended up working really well. And then I grabbed that rug from Cats and Dogs to kind of tie in the more rustic look, and I thought that worked really well. So now we're going to be working on the living room, and this is fairly simple. I do this quite often. I take that fireplace from Cats and Dogs and use one of the TVs that's wall mounted and raise it up so it looks like it's mounted on the fireplace instead of having a completely separate section for the fireplace. And I actually end up using university seating, I believe, if I keep it all the same, because I really like that couch from University. I think it's perfect for Strangerville. I think it suits it really well. And yeah, I end up putting some clutter that I imagine Danny kind of just left around in the living room. So much to the point where when my boyfriend saw the living room, he goes, "Holy shit, what happened in there?" Uh, and I don't think it's that much. It's one object, but it's the object, the kids' clutter with like the backpack and all the stuff on the floor. Um, and I imagine like Danny is working on his homework at the coffee table or something, and just kind of left everything right there. So it's not as though there are like a million objects or anything that are gonna get in your way, but uh, I don't think that one even messes with routing at all, but it might a little bit. So I am not 100% sure there. But yeah, I did put the record player here as well. I thought it looked really nice. I was gonna put a normal like stereo, but then I was like, no, these people are older. They'd want a record player. And I thought it looked actually really cute in here. It's difficult to fit it in a lot of houses because it does look so stylized. But I ended up making it work. And I don't know if you noticed, but I did actually size up the CDs that we get from base game once or twice to kind of make them look bigger and look like records. So I put them next to that, and I thought it looked really nice. But now we're working on Danny's room, and it's very simple. I just used most of the base game furniture, you know, that set that everyone uses typically. And then I end up putting like a lot of posters from Strangerville on one of his walls, like army posters and stuff like that, because I imagine he still thinks that his dad is like away, and his dad is still on the work mission, and he doesn't know his dad's dead. And I imagine they wouldn't tell him that for a few more years, because I picture Danny being like, I don't know, like 7 or 8. Like, he's not really old enough to understand that concept yet. Or I guess I shouldn't say his dad's dead, but he doesn't understand the concept of where his dad is, really. He just thinks he's missing. But he still thinks he's on his mission, and in reality, he's actually missing. But yeah, so we're going to be moving on to the master bedroom. And this one is also pretty simple. I didn't do anything super spectacular here, though I did put in a vanity. I don't do this often, but I thought vanity worked, especially for Rhonda, because I believe she is, yeah, she's self-absorbed and materialistic, so I thought it was a good fit for her, and she's also a perfectionist. So I thought a vanity table would be great for her. And I actually ended up using this bed for the first time ever. I think it's the bed from University. I have a really hard time using it because I feel like I like the shape and most of the patterns that are on the blankets, but I have a really hard time with either the wood colors or the colors that are on the actual blankets, or both. In reality, it's most of the time both, but I really like the concept of that bed. I could just use some recolors. So now that it's officially October, people can realistically start thinking about their Halloween costumes. I've been thinking about mine for a while, but I finally figured it out. I want to know if you plan on having like a Zoom Halloween party or a socially distanced Halloween party or a safe Halloween party of some sort, because we all want to be safe here. We're not condoning actual super busy Halloween parties, but if you're having like a safe, socially distant uh, Halloween party, what are you gonna do? I want to know because I love Halloween a lot, actually. I'm going to be a hot mess. I got this idea from Bob's Burgers, Tina, from Tina specifically. Essentially, what I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna dress kind of messy and like do my hair and makeup kind of messy and then just put like flames all over me. And I say I'm a hot mess enough anyway, so I'm not super worried about saying it even more. One of my friends was like, well, I don't like costumes I have to explain, and I joked, I was like, I say this enough, I'm not worried about it. And it's true, I say I'm a hot mess all the time, and it's true, my life is a mess, I am a mess, it's okay. But we have moved on to the hallways. There are two like separate areas. One of them is more an entry, and the second one's a hallway. But I don't see much of a difference in them. I decorate them basically the same. So yeah, I just kind of add random clutter stuff. Though right now I am cluttering up the bookshelf because I do love me a bookshelf. Especially this one. I really love that bookshelf from Seasons. It's probably one of my favorites in game. Just adding some kind of extras to make it look as though people live here and like they actually care about how it looks versus just making it look kind of boring. And I actually forgot I added this chess table in here, but I think it's a good spot for it, especially for just kind of general skill building activities. Oh, and I threw the little plastic bins from Seasons too, so they can decorate. And I threw in the skill board, which is like the one from Parenthood, and the cork board, so if you had a pen pal, you could get postcards as well. So now we're moving to the outside, and there isn't a whole lot that I do out front. I just kind of do the general, like, Strangerville kind of look for it. Oh, and I threw this, what's it called? I threw that thing on the roof, to hide the satellite. And I was like, well, they do have a fireplace chimney. I threw the chimney on the roof to hide the satellite because I was like, well, they do have a fireplace, so I think it works. And by this point, I was in debug, and I was deep in debug. I was actually in show live edit objects, because I wanted the same fence the neighbors had to make it look kind of cohesive, and I actually grabbed that planter box as well, and I'm putting down a bunch of Strangerville plants. And I did that because obviously we're in Strangerville, and like I said, I kind of imagine these two people to be very into investigating why their son went missing and investigating the Strangerville mystery. And yeah, I don't know. I was pretty pleased with the whole kind of aspect of this house. And I actually changed the fence. I forgot about that. This one's more of a picket fence than the other one was, but it still looks pretty similar, so I'm not too worried about it. And we're just adding some other stuff out back, not too much, some planter boxes and a swing Santa bike, and some seed packets. But we're going to be moving into screenshots, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to download the house, it is on the gallery under the hashtag KittyCatPWY or my origin ID, which is KittyCatPWYarn. But with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends. I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to become a paw parent because I post new videos all the time. And I will see you all in the next video.